Today I did a video on a clear glass tree. It was on the major list. I put some suggestions on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, and they came up with a few things for me to do. One of them was a tree. Um, I hope you like it and have fun watching the video. Click like, click subscribe, you know. Okay, now, just a second ago, I did a green tree out of Mountain Dew bottle. Now I'm going to do a clear tree out of borosilicate. Most of the tree is going to be made out of 8 mil rod. Because it's a nice size. You'll be able to see what's going on. And I just changed my camera angle one more time, and it's basically right on top of the torch. Surprised the camera's not melting. Anyway, when you're doing trees, one of the suggestions somebody gave on my list, and I'm going to go through the list, and it may not be in order, and I am definitely going to try to do every single one on the list. When you put two pieces of glass together, seal them well. Right angle, pull it out a little bit, heat it up. Again, this heat and feed. Stretch it, heat it out a little bit. Bend it in the direction you want it to go in. And you can make a nice little point with it. This is where it comes and gets a little on the complicated side, but it's good to learn your welding or sealing. Now you've got a fork in the tree branch. Pull it up, and it doesn't have to go in the same direction or anything. It just, one time I was mad at one of my brothers. We'd had a really mean argument or something, and I just was mad. So I went out to my shed and said, well, if I can't control that situation, let's control this one. And I went and got really gnarly on a tree. I mean, I heated it up in that direction, bent it up and twisted in that direction, and then moved it over there like this. And just took my frustrations, bending and twisting and putting it all into the tree. And the next day, I sold that tree. And I said, great therapy. And I get paid for it. Sometimes you can take out your frustrations on things in the right direction. Be creative instead of destructive. As you can see, no, it's not a reindeer antler. It could be if you did it with a little bit more structure. Now you can go off in another direction. Another big branch. You can do 2 or 3 of these in the same area. It's the thing about a tree, it doesn't have to grow in the same way twice. I mean, that's what a bonsai tree is supposed to look like. I mean, you control it to put the leaves and branches where you want them. And with this, you're making your own little bonsai tree. It's fun. Keep warming it and making sure that where you're putting these welds, they're not just stuck together. Because if you do that, your tree branches are going to break right at where they're just stuck together. Okay? Very important. Don't just stick it, seal it. There we go. You can start to see when it goes together real well. There's no real welds or anything. Now, I'm going to do one more branch, and then this is where the fun comes in. I just recently did some lacing videos. I made a horse and I made a piano. Okay. One thing about lace, you're going to hear it crack afterwards. You're going to hear it go tink, tink, tink. But if you did the lace pretty good, you've got enough welds to keep it all together. Okay. I'm going to do this up here. And then this here. And I think I got enough. The reason I brought up lace is this is what I'm going to do. Now these are going to be leaves. To your tree. Now you can connect it all and make it all into a nice little bush. Or again, you could do that bonsai look to it and make your own little in one direction. Connect them together in other ways, like if you want to do just one little section. Touch and pull, touch and pull. Gives you something for it to go on. Like a cluster of leaves in this area. There you go. Now, looks like this one needs a little friend. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Now, if you wanted to get fun and creative, you could do, like green leaves, brown trunk, whatever you want to do. That's the thing about it's your creation. Sometimes I tell people when it comes to God, what God did would be compared to like a mountain, a big, big rock mountain, compared to a tiny little pebble or bead or even a grain of sand size of what type of creations you can come up with comparatively. There we go. I guess I'll put it to this one. Again, it's your creation. You can bring it all together and do a nice big shrub bush type thing on top. But for this one, I like it the way it is. Now let's make a base. Again, you're going to warm all of it together. Let it flow. And you can make the tree stump, bumpy.
Maybe put a knot hole in it if you like. Add your own little character, your own little, oops, changing hands. Paper to pencil, pencil to paper. What I'm saying there is, in my left hand, I usually call that the paper. And in my right hand, I usually call that the pencil. And I always add to the paper with a pencil. And sometimes you can heat and switch. Put what you were working with on one side and put it to the other so you can work with it. Anyway, makes sense to me. I know it's confusing to you because I'm just babbling on. I don't have anybody to talk to. I'm just sort of knowing that you're there and wanting to listen. That's a cool thing. I usually do sort of like a tripod base, but off this tripod, I'll do 3 main legs, but off this tripod base, it's just like the tree branches above. It's going to branch out and go in different directions and move and reshape and become, all gnarly. I'm almost there. One more. I've had fun doing this one. Again, it took me back to doing that great therapy. I know I've not been angry lately, but it was good to remember taking out your anger in a creative way. Oops. No flat. Let's put a base right here. That'll work it. Yes, my table's always messed. Not always, but oops. Need one more. Right here. And there. It's tilting a little bit too much for and you'll learn center of gravity with these things. What I'm talking about center of gravity is how it's gonna sit and if it's gonna topple over or not topple over. It comes with patience and time. And there you go. I'll show you a video of it, a picture of it later. Fire polish where you just took it off, and yes, you can hear it go tink, 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 tink. Maybe not. But again, it's lacy and it works. I hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy your day. Okay. This is the tree. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your day.